that expedition ended in the tragic loss of our guide, Henry Coetzee. But along the way, Henry shared with us a portion of Africa that's seldom seen by the outside world.
How do you say goodbye to a friend for the... You know, in the end, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you die on this trip or you live on this trip, because this trip has given me life.
In the heart of Africa, a fearless adventurer named Henrik Coetzee was drawn to the call of the wild. His insatiable thirst for adventure pushed him to the edge of danger time and time again.
I'm in this life where things are just... universe manipulation have worked. I've seen a few things and I've experienced I've had some experience with universe manipulation. By the end of this trip, I hope I'll prove to you what universe manipulation is all about.
This is a story of a man who defied the odds until the day he crossed paths with a predator that struck fear into the hearts of many. From a young age, Henrik Coetzee sought thrills that ordinary life couldn't provide. Growing up in South Africa, he found solace in the arts but craved something more. His pursuit of adventure led him to the mighty Zambezi River, a haven for adrenaline junkies and thrill-seeking tourists. Determination and a little experience, Hendrik joined a whitewater rafting company, defying the warnings and embracing the challenges that lay ahead. He quickly became a skilled guide, navigating treacherous rapids with a cocky confidence that both amazed and concerned those around him. Hendrik's daring spirit knew no bounds. He embarked on epic expeditions, including a journey down the River Nile and a solo paddle of the Congo, surviving ambushes, evading crocodiles, and sleeping under the stars. He pushed him to the limits of human endurance. But as the years went by, Hendrik realized that his adventurous lifestyle couldn't last forever. He fell in love and longed for a different kind of fulfillment. However, destiny had other plans for him. In 2010, an email landed in Henrik Coetzee's inbox, altering the course of his life once again. The message came from two American kayakers, Ben Stokesbury and Chris Korbolik, seeking an experienced guide for their ambitious expedition along the Upper Congo River. They knew that Henrik's unparalleled knowledge of the region made him the ideal companion for their journey. Despite Henrik's initial reservations, he couldn't resist the allure of one more epic adventure. The trio set forth on their 2-month odyssey through the Congo's tributaries, their journey commencing along the Rusizi River in late October 2010. The plan was to return home in time for Christmas, as Henrik's girlfriend eagerly awaited his safe return for what he promised would be his final expedition. Little did they know the true dangers lurking within the depths of the river. During their rest stops and interactions with riverside communities, the kayakers discovered a grim reality. Beyond the immediate need for clean water and education, the locals faced a menacing crocodile problem. Years of conflicts between neighboring communities has resulted in countless lives lost, with the victims becoming prey for these fearsome reptilian predators. On December 7, 2010, as they paddled onward, the trio maintained constant vigilance. Hendrik, a seasoned navigator of the African wilderness, taught his companions the crucial survival tactics.
It's very narrow, the water's flowing slowly, lots of rocks for the crocs to bake on. But keep your eyes open, guys, to scan the kind of river level, especially for like open rocks, normally where they hang out.
Tap the kayaks regularly to create noise, avoid eddies where hippos could attack, and steer clear of sunbathing crocodiles along the riverbanks. They adhered to the protocol, keeping a close-knit formation ready to outrun any potential threats. Amidst a tranquil stretch of the river, about 100 feet wide, the men propelled their kayaks with precision. Ben led the way, followed by Hendrik in the center and Chris trailing a few yards behind. The water mirrored their calm demeanor, disturbed only by the rhythmic strokes of their paddles. But beneath the placid surface, an unseen danger lurked, stalking its unsuspecting prey. Ben's instinct compelled him to glance back, ensuring their unity remained intact, and in that moment, his eyes widened with dread. Emerging silently from the depths, a colossal crocodile materialized just beside Hendrik's kayak, its massive presence an ominous sign of impending danger. On December 7, 2010, 3 adventurers set out on a daring kayaking expedition through the African wilderness. Little did they know that this journey would take a terrifying turn, forever etching their names into the annals of extreme sports history. Ben and Chris, seasoned professionals in the world of extreme sports, embarked on this expedition with their friend Hendrik, who was about to experience the wild beauty of Africa for the first time. Guided by Henry's expertise, they learned the essentials of navigating the treacherous African waterways. Henry taught them the importance of creating noise by tapping their kayaks, a precautionary measure to ward off any lurking threats. They were advised to steer clear of eddies where territorial hippos could pose a danger, and to remain cautious of sunbathing crocodiles along the riverbanks. As they paddled downstream, the adventurers spotted a few small crocodiles basking on the riverbanks. Admiring the natural beauty surrounding them, they glided by, unaware of the imminent danger lurking beneath the surface. The trio had a protocol for encountering large crocodiles in the water. They would come together and paddle with all their might to outrun the potential threat. The journey had been a mix of hair-raising whitewater obstacles and calm, gentle stretches, winding silently through the African bush. As they approached a bend in the river, approximately 100 feet wide, the three kayakers maintained close proximity. Concentration was crucial to avoid collisions, with Ben leading the way, Henry in the center,
Stay close.
and Chris trailing a few yards behind. Ben's eyes darted back and forth, searching for any signs of trouble in the seemingly calm waters. The only ripples were those created by the rhythmic strokes of their paddles. There were no telltale signs of lurking crocodiles or territorial hippos. Usually, they would spot a distinctive protrusion of a crocodile's head and gleaming eyes above the water's surface. But on this fateful day, something was different.
I didn't see like a single croc. Maybe that gave a false sense of invincibility or something.
Unbeknownst to them, a stealthy predator was stalking them from the murky depths. The water betrayed no signs of its presence, no ripples, no bubbles. Ben turned to check on his companions and witnessed a chilling sight. A colossal crocodile silently emerged from the water, mere inches from Henry's kayak. The sudden appearance of the massive predator took everyone by surprise. Henry gasped in shock as the crocodile clamped its powerful jaws around his left shoulder, dragging him underwater with lightning speed. The immense bite force, over 4,000 pounds per square inch, crushed Henry's chest and neck. Helplessly, Ben and Chris watched as Henry's kayak shook and tumbled above the water before being pulled down, disappearing from sight. Moments later, Henry's red kayak resurfaced, bobbing on the river's surface. Its cockpit was empty, and there was no trace of Henry. But Ben and Chris, overcome with fear and desperation, paddled with all their might, churning through the green Lucaga River. Their destination was the riverside village of Kibayamaji, where they hoped to find help.
God damn. Damn it. Oh, Henry.
As they arrived at the riverbank, they leapt out of their kayaks and rushed into the village, desperately shouting for assistance. The locals, taken aback by the sudden arrival of the two distressed adventurers, initially fled in a mad panic. But as the chaos subsided, Ben and Chris managed to explain their dire situation and plead for assistance.
We've had a terrible accident here. Henry just got taken by a crocodile. Can you hear me?
They requested a motorboat to search for Henry, unaware of the grim reality awaiting them. The villagers, with unease evident in their eyes, shook their heads in response to Ben and Chris's plea. They revealed that they no longer ventured onto the river due to the relentless threat posed by crocodiles. In the past 5 years alone, 7 villagers had fallen victim to these apex predators snatched from the decks of their boats. Undeterred by the villagers' warnings, Ben and Chris sprinted towards a nearby bridge, desperately scanning the river upstream for any sign of their fallen friend. A crowd of approximately 200 people from the village followed their every move. From around the bend, a black paddle floated into view, followed by Henry's red kayak gently bobbing up and down on the river's surface. To their astonishment, the kayak appeared immaculate, devoid of any signs of struggle or damage, but there was still no trace of Henry. As the news of Henry's disappearance rippled through their community, his girlfriend, filled with anguish, turned to social media for answers. Her heart skipped a beat as messages of condolence for Henry began appearing on her screen. In denial, she desperately hoped it was all a mistake. They were supposed to meet soon. It was meant to be the final chapter of his expedition. Despite her devastation, Henry's girlfriend gathered the strength to visit the Ugandan bar on New Year's Eve, the place where they were supposed to reunite. Amidst the dimmed lighting and pulsating bass beat, she scoured the crowded dance floor, yearning for a glimpse of Henry's dazzling smile. But as the clock struck midnight and the partygoers erupted in cheers, Henry remained nowhere to be found. Henry's disappearance left a void in the hearts of his loved ones and a haunting question in the minds of all who heard his story. How could a man with such vitality and a passion for adventure meet such an unfortunate event? As the African river flowed silently, it held the secret of Henry's final moments, a secret that may never be revealed.